So this is Unit 12, Transposing, Part 2 of the Fundamentals of Piano Theory. In the last video, I completed the first side of the page where we're just transposing one line at a time, either treble clef or bass clef. Now we have two voices. We're going to be doing treble clef and bass clef. It's really just double the work, but it doesn't make it any more difficult. So I have my piece of scratch paper. I'm using a whiteboard just to not waste paper. You can use a piece of paper if you wish. So I see that my key that I am using the original melody in is in A minor. So I'm going to just write that right at the beginning. I write a little line over top of it so that way everybody knows that my A is lowercase and there's no confusion there. And then I am transposing it to the key of C minor. Oops, I'm sorry. I just hit the stand. C minor. So when I am writing this out, just to kind of help me as a guide, I'm just going to write on my scratch piece of paper, C minor, and I'm going to write out my scale degree. C, D, E flat, F, and G. And I just have those on this side. Can I move this over anymore? Yes, I can. Huzzah. Okay. And we can kind of use this. And these are the only pitches that I can use. And this is a good reminder for us to make sure that we mark in our E's as flats. And if you feel really confident, then you know what, then this is just a really good, just kind of like, hey, I know you're really good at this, but I'm here for you as a reminder. So remember, we're marking in our intervals, and if you're really good at this, then you can just eye the intervals as you're doing it. But if you're not so confident with that yet, then I would just mark them in on the paper. I like to start with my left hand first and then do my right hand. If I have a grand staff or piano music like this, you can start with whichever. It doesn't really matter if you're transposing, but I just prefer to start with my left hand. So here I have a fifth. And then this is called perfect unison if it stays on the same note. And then I have a fifth back down. So that was like super easy. So nothing much there happening in our left hand. So let's see. We're starting on C. It gives us our first pitch, and then we need to find a fifth up from C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a G. So all cows eat grass, if we're not super confident with our bass clef. And then it says we need to stay on that pitch. So we're going to do another G, and then we're going to go back down to our original pitch because we need to end on the tonic, which is C. Now we're going to, well, our left hand's done. So that was super easy. So now we're going to focus on our right hand. So we have a third, 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 second, third. I should move my hand out of the way so you can kind of see. Here we have a B going to a B, so it's a perfect unison. And we have another B going to a B, so that's another perfect unison. We have a second, second, third. Here we have a fourth going up, third going down, and we have a third going down. Remember, the intervals are the space between both of the notes. And I'm going to draw in the directional reading for you in case we are having a little bit of difficult time seeing which way the notes are going. So here I'm going up from my A to my E. And then it says I'm going back down. And then I'm going up just a little bit, just a second, from my C to my D. And then I go down from my D to my B. And then I stay the same. So there's a nice flat playing there. And then I'm going to go up by second from my B, my C, my D. Oops, I should make that just a little bit more elevated. And then down a third, up a fourth, and then down once more to my tonic. So this is our kind of little melodic movement happening. If we were to do the same thing with our left hand, it would look like this. Like a plateau almost, except not straight up and down. So the right hand has a lot more melodic movement than our left hand because our right hand has the melody, whereas our left hand has the harmony. Sorry, I was getting a drink of tea. So now we are going to transpose into C minor. So remember, a first scale degree, second, third, fourth, and fifth scale degree. So they give us our first C, and it says we need to go up a third from C. So up a third, 1, 2, 3, that is E flat. Make sure and write my flat sign there. Boop. Wow. Boop. There we go. Up another third, 1, 2, 3, that's G. I also can just do this really quick because I know up a third from a line note is another line note. And down a third goes back to the previous note. I do not need to draw another flat here because flats carry through the measure. They will reset after the following bar line. So the next E flat in here, I will need to draw a flat sign in front of. Let's see, here we're going to go up a second. So up a line note will be the next space note right here. So that's going to be F, or I can go E, 1, 2, E flat, F. Then we're going to go down a third, so a space note to a space note, or 1, 2, 3, D. So there's lots of different ways that you can do this if you are struggling with still learning your notes on the staff. It's just a matter of using your resources and context clues, directional reading, your intervals, doing tricks. So here I have, we did a perfect unison. I did that before I explained it. And I'm going to have another perfect unison in the following measure. So that's another D. I'm going to go up a second, a space note to a line note, or D to an E flat. Now it's a new measure. This does not carry through, so I have to draw a flat sign in front of it. I'm going to go up another second, a line note to a space note, that's F, or E flat to F. Now I did my second, now I have to drop it down a third. So F down a third, a space note will go down to another space note for thirds. So that's going to be D. Or you can go F, 1, 2, 3, going down. So remember, in music, we go forwards through the alphabet, that is ascending, or backwards through the alphabet, that is descending. And let's see, I'm going to go up a fourth. So I would say, in my head, I can say, well, if a third is a space note to a space note, then I'm just going to add one onto it. So that would be G. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down a third, a line note to a line note, or 1, 2, 3. This does not carry through, so I need to draw my flat sign in front of my E flat. And then down another third, 1, 2, 3, or a line note to a line note. And because C hangs off the staff, we need a ledger line to put there. Okay, there you have it. There's our first one completed. And here we have number 2. It says this piece uses the notes of a G major 5-finger scale. So here we have G, and they want us to transpose it to F. Before I drew lines above these two, and I put them in lowercase because they were minor. These ones are major. Major is uppercase, minor is lowercase. I draw lines above them because what if we were doing C minor? And it looks like this. How can you tell if my handwriting is uppercase or lowercase? So this could be major or minor, who knows? So I put in my music, if it's major, it just looks like this. If it's minor, well, now we all know it's minor. So there is no question about it. So let's see. This left hand has a lot more movement than the previous left hand. Previous left hand used whole notes. This left hand uses half notes. So I'm going to erase my whiteboard. And I got this whiteboard from Walmart for, I think, $1.80 some. And it came with some magnets, and it came with a, not this one, but a black dry erase board and an eraser attached to it. It has magnets on the back so you can stick it to like your fridge or something, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to transpose it to F major. Major. So I have F, G, A, B flat, and C. Good reminder, we need to put that flat sign there. Okay, so up a fifth, down, oops, why did I do that? Down a fourth, up a second, perfect unison, up a fifth, down a second, and here I'm going to say down from this C to that B, a second with a third stacked. Okay, just to kind of make that clear in my head. So let's see. F up a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a C. It hangs above, or I guess we could say it doesn't hang because that would be below. It rises above the staff, so we have to put a ledger line. Ledger lines are the lines that either go below or above the staff because we ran out of room. Okay, so that's our fifth. We need to go a fourth down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a G. I wonder if my face is in this camera. I don't think so. Okay. And then we need to go a second up. G, A. And then we need to go, where am I at here? Oh, same note. Perfect, you understand? Okay, this I would erase because this is supposed to be an A. This totally looks like a G. And this is why we need to erase stuff because that was super sloppy. I did my party bus sound for nothing. And then we need to, wait, I made a mistake. Why did I write a fifth here? I was like, that's not right. This is a third, Ashley. We need to go a third up, and that's a C. And then we need to go a second down, and that's going to be a B flat. So this is going to be right on top of the staff with a flat sign up before it. And then, okay, so I said the top pitch is a second below. So a second below would be A. I'm not going to draw my stem yet. You'll see what I'm going to do. It's going to be so classy. And then a third below A, I said is stacked on top. It's going to be F. And I'm going to draw my stems together like this. So these notes are being played melodically. Melodically means one at a time. Melodically. So it'd be like this. Boom, boom, boom. Harmonically. Harmonically would be like boom, boom, boom. All at the same time. Like that. Notice how your note heads have to be stacked on top of each other and put down. Now, if you had like this guy, a second, it would look like that. But that's only if you had a second. You can have it where it's like this, but that's if you have like a second in between there. So just make sure they're evenly stacked and there's only one stem if they are being played harmonically. Let me draw a little line here because that's all harmonically. Okay, so I'm really glad I made this a separate video because we're already at 15 minutes. Here we have, sorry, I just had like a side thought there. We have a second, we have a second. Sorry, I had another thought. You ever do that? You just kind of like start thinking about things, but then you don't realize you're daydreaming, and then you're like, oh wait, I'm making a YouTube video right now. I should probably continue to make that YouTube video. That's me. Okay, so fourth, perfect unison. Second down, third up, fourth down, fifth up, and oh, Ashley, you rascal, you. Fourth up and fifth down. See, guys, you gotta erase it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my directional reading for this. So I'm gonna go up, down, up, straight across, down, up, down. And I'm gonna end. I don't know why I drew the dots. That's my dog. Quinny Mo Benny. She doesn't listen. I'm about to close the door. Quinn, come here. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna come and get ya. I'm coming. I just closed the door. She's a great watchdog, isn't she? She's something else. Sorry, guys. What a video. So we're gonna go up, down, up just a little bit, stay the same, up, down just a little bit, and then down again, and we're gonna end. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a minute to process that while I go get my dog. Get over here, you rascal. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Row yourself. Row yourself. Okay, so now we're going to transpose the triple clef line. A second up from F is A. I mean, G. I was looking up here. And then a second up again is going to be A. And then we need to go a third down, so we're going to go all the way back down to F. Fourth up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta write in that font sign. You hear my dog just go. Third down, a line to a line. And then we have to go a fourth up, so I know it's going to be a line and then add 1. That was a really ugly half note. And then a perfect unison. It's a perfect unison. And then we're gonna go 2 steps down. Boom, boom. Don't forget your flat sign. Third up, space to a space. Space to a space. Fourth down, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a G. And then a fourth back up. So we're going right back to where we were on the last note. And then a fifth down. That's our tonic. Boop. And there you go. Okay. 18 minutes later, we did it.